YouTube model building community, Chris Chapman coming at you from the Rusty Nuts Model Shop with an update on my Cobra 427 SE. Got me a fresh cup of coffee. Sometimes you need that when things just aren't working the way that you planned. Hey, Gary W. Bain. Got pictures of his builds that he's just painted. No glare, but love the shine. Dude just got himself an airbrush and he's having some fun with it. Congrats, Gary. I'll get with you here in just a sec. Well, we got progress. We got more progress. And then we got a downfall. For the goodness stuff, I got the motor done, like you guys have seen. Got the chassis pretty much done, with the exception that it's kind of goobered up. I'm going to have to fix a few things with some clear, but I'll show you that. Got the wheels all done and stuff, so I got everything built up in a rolling chassis. Got the motor, there's the tires, the wheels. Now you can see on the bottom here, I did a high gloss shine, and it was really shiny. And then I go and I put the motor in and stuff, and then it just kind of sat here. And that back panel and some of the shine is, for some reason, just gone away. And I'll explain what the deal on it here is in just a sec. But I got the chassis, everything there is good to go. I'm really happy with the way this is turning out. And it's funny because there are great aspects of this kit, and some major downfalls to this kit. And this kit, I mean, it is smooth as can be. One of the best fitting and tightest connecting kits I've ever built before. It's got no body flaws. I basically sanded off the seams and the punch marks, and with the exception of some minor sanding on those aspects, this body was flawless. There was no dimples, no holes, no sink spots, low spots, nothing. And I mean, it is just a beautiful, beautiful body. The chassis, all the suspension parts, the motor, very well detailed. Everything fits together perfectly. I mean, just, it was molded perfect. The tires, tires had a little bit of an issue. I had to do quite a bit of sanding because they were kind of offset, but I got some sanding with my little Dremel tool. Got them all even, and came out looking really, really, really nice. The chrome, you've all heard me talk about how crappy that was. Turned out to be a pretty easy fix. I just sprayed some hairspray on it, then I put a high gloss clear coat to seal it all in, and it brought back a beautiful shine. And I've got all the parts and everything sitting here ready to go into the interior tub. This was going to be a race car because that's originally what it was supposed to be. I've changed that now because of some issues, which I could do it if I want, but I got some other things I have planned coming up that I need to get started on, so I'm going to try to finish this up pretty quick. So I've actually added my cinnamon for some carpeting in the bottom of the tub. Just got to paint this cinnamon a darker yellow. I went and I put the rubber cement around the sides and down the center console, so after I spray it I could just use my finger and just peel all that off, leaving the yellow that's already there because I'm going to go with the darker yellow for the carpet. Everybody's seen, I got my seats all done and they're ready to go in. The dash, everything is ready to go together on that. As soon as I get that painted, I get to put it together. Now, the body. I put down the yellow and it came out great. I ended up doing using a light gray primer, like you guys have all seen on my videos. And to stop bleed through, I put the yellow down. Well, I put the white down just to lighten it up. Put the yellow on it, and it came out just really, really good. But on the clear coat, where did I put that? Oh. I decided to try something. I was at Michael's a few weeks back, and they have this Aztec clear. Doing the research on it, apparently it's a high gloss clear. Airbrush ready acrylic. And they had it on clearance for 99 cents a bottle. And I know this stuff here usually goes for like $6-7. For the clear, I actually think it's more. I think it's like $9 or $10 for the 2 ounces. And I'm like, you know what, for $1 a bottle, I'm going to go ahead and try it out. I've heard great things about this Aztec paint. I got it home, and I have already used 3/4 of this 2-ounce bottle. And I do not have a smooth finish. It is splotchy. There's only 2 areas on this that have actually got a shine on it where there's a reflection in it. According to what I've been reading, this stuff here, you should be able to do 2 to 3 models with it. But it's extremely splotchy. I'll show you here. I don't know if you're going to see it. You got kind of a high shine up on the top there, but it kind of goes away down the side, and it's kind of maybe not going to show the splotchiness in it. But you can see the front end here has absolutely gorgeous shine to it, and I haven't cleared the decals because they're not working. I'm getting to that in a sec. But the whole top portion right here and down and up underneath here, I mean, it's got a great shine. And then it goes kind of dull. Well, you kind of see it right there, how it dulls out. And then up here, you can see a nice reflection and things in it. So down along here it gets good, then it kind of dulls out again. And then you get to the back. One side's got a good shine, the other side's not. All the way across this area right here, there's no shine at all. The hood just lost everything. I mean, but it's still got a shine, but just not big shine. So I figure what I'm going to do is put the decals on it. And then I'll use the rest of this and hope that it brings the rest of the car to life and brings up a shine on it. Well, decals aren't working. This kit is from 1989. Hey, Cherry. Hop up there. Hop up on the bed. Get up there. Come on, get up there. Alright, you can sit there. And I don't know if it's just because they're old. Maybe I didn't take care of them properly. I put them in a baggie. And I had them sitting right here on the desk in a shaded area and stuff. Kind of a cool area. Go, get up there. Good girl. And they are first issue I've got. When I went and put them down, I used the decal set solution stuff. Put that on it, and then when I put the decals, and it just seems like all of the glue just came off in globs. of which I've already thrown away. The Q-tips that I was using, I'm using these here, and I'm sitting there wiping it, and I'm, getting the air bubbles out and stuff, and these actually turned brown. Came out really crappy looking. And so I kind of messed with it, tried to get it the best I could, but they would just not stick at all. And I kept trying and trying, so I put more set on it, and finally got them to stick. Problem I've got now is as I'm pushing them around, trying to get them there, and I'm putting the solution on it, they just started to flake on me. You can see right here, there's air pockets that I cannot get out of it. It's rounded like that, and it just doesn't want to contour to the curve, I guess. But you can see where it's coming apart right there, coming apart down here, coming apart all along this seam. Then you come up on the top. This part here actually went on good, but the rest of it just did not want to stick. It didn't conform. It didn't roll like it was supposed to. And I've got the whole front piece up here's just flaked off on me. The more I sit here and mess with it, I can feel the bumpiness, and it just not wanting to stay on there. Not to mention, right now it looks like it's a bright white stripe. But sitting here looking at it, I can actually see the yellow through it. So it's not an actual white stripe. It's got a yellow hue and a yellow tint to it, which I know that a lot of that glue that's underneath there is supposed to block that out. So this isn't going to work. Not happy. I did bake the paint, not the clear coat, but the paint and the dehydrator overnight, which makes this just rock hard solid. Which is going to require it to go into what people call the bath, purple pond and stuff. I use Ellie's Totally Awesome. This is going to go into that, and I'm not going to be able just to scrub it off in the sink because I baked it. So this is going to end up in the bath. I'm going to strip it down, and I'm going to start all over, and I'm just going to go ahead and do the white stripes in paint. And I think I'll get a much better result out of it. As for this clear, I've got one other bottle. Not sure what to do. I'm not happy at this. And this in here, it's more of like a polyurethane. I got it on here and sprayed it, and I mean, it was rock hard. There were some areas that just came out real bumpy, fish-eyed and stuff. And just where the decals were, so that I can make sure it's nice and smooth, I went and sanded it down, and I started with 1,000 grit, and that didn't touch it. Took it down to 800 grit, barely touched it. And so I went all the way down to 600 grit, just along where the stripes are going to go, to get it to where it was smooth. And then I went and I did the 800, then 1,000, 1,200, and 1,500. Made sure that it is perfectly smooth all the way through there. And it was a pain in the butt to get this sanded out. It was hard as can be, which is good. I mean, I want my finishes hard. I want them protected. But that hard was just, I don't know, for an acrylic, usually I could take 1,000 grit, just lightly sand it, and it smooths it right out. So this is supposed to be an acrylic, but I believe it's more of a polyurethane, of which I have these other polyurethane varnishes and stuff I've thinned down with lacquer thinner and sprayed, and they spray great, but I don't like the results of them. You don't get the shine out of it that you're supposed to get. And I get a lot better shine using floor polish or other clears and stuff. So I do have another bottle of this. I'm kind of half tempted to go ahead and use that other bottle and this if it's I'll finish this, and then if required, I'll use the other bottle on this after I repaint it. Hopefully I'll be able to get a nice brilliant bright shine out of it. But because of that, I don't want to trust any of these decals. I've got these little circle things that you put the number on it after you get these down, and the little racing decals up here. And I'm to the point now where I've already switched it and converted it. I'm gonna go with the I was gonna do try to make my own candy color and go over the top of this to try to ghost in the stripes, but I'm going to change that just because of the problems I'm having. Want to get this done, and maybe the ghosting and stuff needs to be done on something a little bit simpler, not as much detail and stuff on a trial deal. So that's where we're at right now. That and drinking lots of coffee. So as soon as I get this done, I'm going to upload it. I'm going to throw this in, let it start soaking. Hopefully here tomorrow or the next day I'll be able to clean it off and get started all over on it again. And the detail on this car is really, really incredible. I just love it. So, but figure I'd get a quick update, show you what's going on. Told you guys I'd let you know about my failures and all that stuff. And I mean, I'm really liking the way it's coming out. Just, this isn't going to work for me. And at the same time, it ain't going to work for you guys either. I want something that you guys can look at and say, wow, that looks pretty dang good. If I kept going on it the way it is, you guys are going to laugh. So that's where I'm at. Chris Chapman, Rusty Nuts Model Shop, plugging along. It's Thursday, so I tell you to have a good week, but the weekend's almost here, so everybody have a great weekend. We'll talk at you later. Bye.